Hey Scorpio, today we're doing your love read. This is for anyone sun, moon, rising, and Venus in the sign of Scorpio, and as always, each read, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We're just gonna start. So I'm feeling like you guys have been feeling stuck in a situation for a very long time, and I think you got two options here: either to move forward with it or to release it. Nothing to regret. Also, this is going to be a tough reading because I'm giving some tough love here. I think this is about vocalizing what you truly feel about the circumstance and the situation when it comes to this person. So honesty, no holding back, whether you feel like they're hurting your feelings. No, whether you feel like you're hurting their feelings. So let's see what we've got here. Over here. So children. Some of you may have children with this person, and maybe that's where some of you, it's where the hurting feelings is. Maybe there's a sense of obligation because of children. Some of you, this is just the immaturity, and yep, free yourself. There's a strong energy of wanting to release for a lot of you, but you just don't know what to do. So this could be the one, codependency, and let your friends help you. So this to me, it's a back and forth, right? Here we've got, this could be the one, and then there's a codependent energy, but then you want to let things go and you want to free yourself because it's like, is this working out? I just feel a very confused energy here. Some of you really need genuine people in your life. Some of you, it's your guidances that are trying to support you and trying to help you see in this time. But I'm hearing, be careful with who you take advice from. I'm also hearing that only choosing people who I'm gonna wait on that out. All right, let's keep going here. Scorpio, love. So clearly a new beginning here. Spirit is just saying it's probably best to just go for a new direction and take the risk here for some of you. Okay. So balance. Things need to be brought into balance here. Seven of Pentacles, patience and planning. This is about you. Again, I think I've been picking up this energy with you, Scorpio, where you feel like you're not aligned with someone and they're just not on the same. They're not trying, they don't have the same long-term view as you do. Discontent and boredom. I mean, mental conflict, spiritual strength, and sacral chakra. So the focus could be very much in the passion, the sex. You know, it's like, oh, well, the sex is great, but then it's like, we can't really plan a future. Some of you, the sacral has to do with being with them for a long time but yet not, it's a level of disillusioned with who they are. So they're not what you thought they would be. This is really pulling your strings, I feel, with the Nine of Wands. So let's see what this is. Give me more on this Fool. So you just have to make a decision. What are you going to go for? Scorpio, Two of Wands with the Knight of Cups. And I feel either you guys talk about this and apologize and kind of accept that your dreams or what you think you would have. This might be a person who plays small. Also, I'm feeling like a lot at stake with this Knight of Cups. Give me more of this patience and planning. Yeah, so Wheel of Fortune, this is faded. Gotta get out of the confusion, thinking too much. Seven of Pentacles. So this requires time. I don't feel like with the Two of Wands here, I don't think someone here is not ready to take the leap, whether it's you or your person, because it's just no one's clear. So someone's here is not ready to take the leap yet, but yet are figuring things out with the Seven of Cups about what your desires are, because Seven of Cups is about illusions and dreams. And like I said, it's almost like you're not aligned anymore. Something about not being aligned anymore, which is why there's a disillusion with this Four of Cups. Why the Four of Cups? Eight of Wands. Yeah. Like Someone plays small, Page of Pentacles. There isn't much forward movement with the 8 of Wands. Communication probably isn't effective. It doesn't go well. I'm hearing they don't get it. Even when you talk or explain, it's like they don't get it. Okay, more of this 2 of Swords. This wants to come up. Yep, 5 of Swords. Give me more of this 2 of Swords. Empress. You know, again, some of you, this is the mother of your children, mother or father of your children. And so this is where it's conflicting, because at the end of the day, you do feel is a lose-lose situation. Those who are males, you know, you're going to get hit with child support. So, and this person you have to take care of, which comes the codependent energy here, where you're the sole, you know, person to take care of everything. And this is where the conflict is, because it almost feels like a lose-lose situation. That's a very specific message here. Give me more of the spiritual strength. Yeah, perspective, the Star. It's like the soul is lost. You know, someone feels very limited. It's like you can't expand. You're expanding with your new perspective, the way you see life. You want to elevate, but it's like a burden at the same time. It comes with guilt. Give me more of the sacral. 5 of Wands. Yep, 10 of Cups. This is a long-term commitment for a lot of you, and the family and the guilt of it, and you guys just been together for a long time. It's just one of those things where either you guys grew apart, you know, 5 of Wands, 10 of Cups, and the Hierophant with the sacral. So there's energetic cord here. There's a cord, right? This is how you create your soul tie. So there's a tie, and this is how you create karma too, because once you have kids with people, you're creating a new karmic cycle that now you have to kind of process. So not only are you inheriting this person, this soul tie, not only are you inheriting the karma with the one person, you also inherit the karma with everything in their life, which is why I feel some of you feel like it's a holdback. This let your friends help you. It could be family and friends, and it's like, I feel judgment. So this is a very tricky situation. I don't feel like there's a decision yet. So let's see what the blockage is. Yeah, karmic, staying is toxic. This was a lesson, leave. You know, I think this is a blockage. This is where the emotions are. I feel like you've reached a point in your life where you kind of, again, you're just not in alignment anymore. You grew apart. And honestly, that's how karmic, like I said, you're accumulating karma here. Karmic, this is staying is toxic. You're now going to embark into a cycle, a tie of more karmic lessons that your soul may not need. And this is a very difficult decision. I'm not saying leave this where you guys have like this is where the responsibility and accountability of who you engage in relationships with and have children with is very important. Unfortunately, it's not something you learn until later in your life when circumstances like this happen. But now your soul needs to be responsible in the sense of how you're going to go about this. Let's see what the untold message of the heart is. What is the untold message of the heart? So we have energy. You've been thinking about me because I've been thinking about you. We're connecting. There's definitely a lot of thoughts. So this is a lot of energy here for sure. And you both are thinking about the situation. We've got taken. I'm unavailable. And this just means to me, this doesn't have to be that someone's involved. There's another person. I feel that there is an energy of emotionally unavailable, you know? It's just like not really present at home. You're the missing puzzle piece that makes me feel that I'm right where I belong. Exactly. You know, it's the struggle because you guys created a home. And that's why I said this could be the one. This is where it's conflicting, because how do you let go of someone you've had, you know, a long-term children, you've grown a home, you build a home, but yet you don't feel present emotionally, so you're not available. This is a real big challenge here for somebody here. I feel like there's codependency. I want to look at what this is not going to be for everyone, but I want to see what the codependent energy that's interfering with this connection, like what needs to be healed. And this could be you or your person. It doesn't matter. This is the person who suffers most, the codependent energy. What else for Scorpio? Okay. So we have resentful. Yep. Think loving thoughts for the person or yourself that you resent. It's restricting your emotional happiness. There is resentful here. Like, that's the energy that I'm feeling, that someone's just not emotionally there because they resent that they did not go far in life, or that they feel limited. Impatient. Look for patterns of your impatience. Notice the negative physical symptoms it causes you. Take deep breaths and slow down. Yep, so there's some impatience. I think the energy is growing impatient. That's why the energy is strong on both ends, probably. Addictions. Think about the emotions you're trying to cover up. Deal with those emotions, process, heal, and release them. These are definitely emotions that need to be processed. The reason they become addicting is because sometimes we can get stuck with a thought pattern. And I feel that's where the disappointment, the disillusion comes from. So there's a need to shift on how we perceive what's happened and see this as a lesson. And inconsistent. Think about if your thoughts, actions, and routines are inconsistent. Does it serve you well on a daily basis? So I think the not being available emotionally for someone here energetically is created a lot of inconsistency, resentfulness, addicting patterns in terms of constantly replaying the frustrations, and then the impatience. Then it triggers the impatience for some of you. So this is really not easy to process, but it's a healing stage is necessary. This is feeling stuck. Also, it's still a transition. So 2 of Wands, where there's either, it doesn't matter what the route is, there's a risk factor here, and a purge. All right, so what's the guidance? Oof, go for it. Action, action, action. Make it happen and take this opportunity that has presented itself to you. The time is now. So some of you may just go for it and kind of walk away and see yourself and accept it and take the hit. You know, you guys, only you know. I'm just empathizing with the situation here, because the other side, it can be, if it's a codependent energy, it could, you know, when you're not happy, you're just not happy, right? So let's see what your other guidance is, Scorpio. Retreat. Yep. Take a break to clear your mind and energy. Ground yourself. I think this is a needed break to think, to contemplate, and then whatever you decide, then go for it. Like, there's an action that's necessary in order for you to just take that leap with the Fool and go for your dreams, go for your change, go for whatever you think you need. You know, at the end of the day, it's your journey too. Our souls, we all, this next stage in life, if this is the route you take to walk away, is going to be new lessons, and it's uncharted territory. And guess what? It's not going to be easy as well. It's sometimes we take the path of least resistance, but sometimes the path with most resistance is just as much lessons and maybe harder. So definitely big decisions here. Scorpio, I love you. Please like, share, subscribe.